Hi guys, my name is Bree and I am the owner and creator of Califia Candle Company based in San Clemente, California. And today I wanted to show you how you can create this beautiful concrete candle jar. These are what I'm going to be using for my collection that I'm launching soon. And I just think they're so unique and they're so much fun to make. So if you want to learn how, just keep on watching. Okay, so this is what you'll need to get started. You need some cement all, some water, an empty cup. You need something to stir the mixture with. I like to use these wooden paint stir sticks. You can get them for free from Lowe's or Home Depot. And a mold. This one's from Amazon and it's actually a resin mold, but I've found it to work quite well for the concrete. And I do like to add a gold metallic swirl into my mixture before I pour it into the mold. So I've just been adding this metallic pure gold acrylic paint. And then I just have some shop towels on hand for cleaning. Now, if you are going to be using these jars for candles, it is very important that you seal the jar before you pour your wax in. Otherwise, your fragrance oil and your wax is going to seep through the jar. So I have researched this extensively. I've spent hours, if not days, on the computer looking over the material safety data sheets for different sealers. And the one that I have been using the most is this Rutland water glass cement floor sealer. This was deemed safe by the company for the use of candle jars, and I have really liked it. The only gripe I have with it is that my wax likes to crack around the edge of the jar with this sealer. I don't know why. It's only this sealer that I've tried that does it. And that's totally fine. You can fix it with your heat gun. It's not going to affect the way your candle burns, but it just was bugging me. So I was still on the hunt for something a little bit better. And I might have found it. I have only used this one time so far, but I've really liked it. So I'm still testing it, but it seems like it's going to be a great option. And this is from Green Building Supply. I'll link it down below. It has a really good looking material safety data sheet, nothing harmful, it's non-toxic. And so far I've really liked it, and I'll show you that the wax adhered so much better to the side of the jar with this sealer. There is a little area where you can see it kind of pulls away from the side, but to me that looks so much better than the cracking that went on with the other one. So I'm going to keep testing this one out, but so far so good. And then you'll need something to apply the sealer. So I've just been using these cheap little foam brushes and they've been working really well. All right, so now we are ready to start making the jar. Your first step is going to be measuring out your cement all into your empty cup. And for this, I just have an old 1 cup measuring cup. I don't use the full cup. I go like right under the top of it, just because I find that that is kind of the perfect amount for my mold. So probably about that much. And I'll dump it in my cup. And then for water, this is a 1/4 cup measuring scoop. And I usually will just do 1 full scoop of that. And then I'll do about half of another scoop. And then you may need to add a little bit more as you go. It's totally fine. I honestly just kind of eyeball it. You want to get a pancake consistency. So I'm just going to start stirring this up, making sure that you're scraping around the side of the cup as well as the bottom, because the concrete will like to sit down there and kind of clump up. So you want to make sure that you're getting all of it. Perfect. Now I am going to add that gold acrylic paint, and I'm just going to kind of swirl it in. So I'll show you how I do that. I don't measure this. I just, again, sort of eyeball it. Just do a little drizzle. And then I kind of just swoosh it around, fold it in a little bit, just a couple times. I like to leave it swirled like so. And then you just pour it in your mold. And I kind of tap the side of the mold as I pour, just to help get out those air bubbles. That was the perfect amount. So now I'm just going to sort of slam the mold on the counter, drop it, and you can see the air coming out. Tap the sides, drop it. Just want to get most of that air out. Okay, so that's probably good. Now we need to let it cure in the mold. For me, it usually takes 3 to 4 hours, depending on how much paint I add. The more paint you add, the longer cure time I find. So I'll check back in about 3 hours and we'll see if it's ready, and then we'll come back and unmold it. Okay, so I made some jars yesterday that need to be sealed. So I figured I would show you how I apply the sealer on those. And so I'm using the Safe Coat. So I have my empty jar, and what I'm gonna do is take my little foam brush and just dip it in a little bit. And I just start on the side and just start sweeping in an upward motion. Doesn't really matter, I guess, how you apply, but this is just what I do. And just reapply as you need, but I just sweep up. And then on the bottom, I'll just kind of swirl it around. Okay, so this is much later on, but I realized when I was filming me putting the sealer on, my camera cut me off. So what I was gonna say was, for the bottom, I just kind of swirl it and I make sure to get all along that seam at the bottom. And then I let this dry for 30 minutes and I'll go in with a second coat, and then I'll let that sit overnight or for 24 hours before I add my wax. But as you can see, there's a little bit of a sheen to it. I just put it on the inside. I don't put it on the outside because I like that natural concrete look and feel on the outside. But the inside is all sealed up and ready to go for wax. Okay, so it is actually a lot later. It's been more than 4 hours, but these are all cured and ready to come out of the mold. So the first step to this is sort of just peeling away the edge of the mold, and you'll see some of it crack off. Just brush that aside. And then I just try to kind of fold over this first part until it's folded over all the way around, and then just kind of shimmy it down until it reaches that bottom lip. And then what I do from here is I try to pull that fold over that bottom lip. And this part is a little tricky. So I'm just trying to bring that over the bottom all the way around. Until most of it is hanging around that lip. And then from there, what I do is just start pulling up and pulling it more and more over the bottom. Just working your way around. There we go. And then for this, I just kind of twist and pull, and it should come right out. And then we have our beautiful concrete jar. And you can sort of see that gold paint detailing in there. Looks really good. Okay, and then if the bottom feels rough at all, you can go ahead and just take a little sanding block and just sort of sand away those rough edges. Just to kind of smooth it all out. That feels all right. Sorry for the bad lighting, it's nighttime now. All right, there we go. It's all done. And so tomorrow I will just go ahead and seal these, and then I'll let them sit for another 24 hours or overnight, and then they will be good to go.